Hey everyone, this is PrinceWatercress, and welcome back to Let's Play The Twisted Tales of Spike McFang for Super Nintendo. We are now in Vampra, after beating both Croc and the Desert Route in the Kalala Desert. And now, we have traveled to Vampra in order to save Camellia's Kingdom. Since last time, I have leveled up to level 12. Apparently, the notes that I have taken from Ku Impact's Let's Play of the game have proven to be rather well. Have proven to serve me rather well, I should say. And I also have the Lightning Hat now. Also, I'm at max gold. Though there's barely anything I will need to spend gold on at this point. If anything. So now that that's out of the way, let us actually go past the town and start exploring things. Believe it or not, the Python bunnies, especially on the next screen, are a really good source of experience and money up to this point. I know that even after I hit max money, I was still getting a lot of 10 and 50 coins. The amount of gold you can get at the beginning is rather sour, but as you progress through the game, it's a lot easier to get it in case you need to get magic or the lightning hat or any way to heal yourself and what have you, even though you can still use Professor Steam to heal yourself for free. And here's a new enemy here, the Frozen Clove. This is an even more powerful version of the Desert Clove. They just have more hit points. And the Ape. Now that we're level 12, we can use the hat to tear them apart. Also, the Lightning Hat has another ability other than to just travel the length of the screen. It can hang around enemies for a little while, especially tougher ones. So, in case you're having trouble taking out enemies, the Lightning Hat really helps in that regard. Not really much else to talk about here. Not really much of a reason for him to get angry. The Ape has two attacks, throwing ice blocks at you that will freeze you for a couple of seconds, and turning around and charging at you. In case the Apes charge at you, you can still use your spin attack to keep them at bay. And it looks like this is a no-win situation here. We got 4 Apes on screen, but we can easily tear them apart. And yeah, as you can see, we're getting a lot of big coins. Now, it seems like there's a dead end, but if you walk onto this platform, press Y at the switch, you'll lower this platform and you'll be able to enter this cave. From here, we need to carefully move around. I forgot to talk about these yellow spike things. If you hit them with your attack, with your spin attack, not just any attack, but just your spin attack, I should say, you will be stunned for a couple of seconds. So you want to make sure you're not striking anything when these things are around. At least not with the spin attack. Also, these little eels will shoot sparks at you, and they will stun you if you hit them with the spin attack as well. And you're starting to kind of see that homing ability of the Lightning Hat in action a little bit. You probably saw it even better earlier. And even the waterfall is frozen here. And there's this random person in a light blue cloak here. Let's go ahead and talk to them. Are you Spike? Yes, how did you know my name? Word of your accomplishments has spread. I understand that you stopped the invasion of Von Hessler in Batland. Have you heard of the freezer in the Ice Palace? Yes, and strange as it may seem, I heard that he has a weakness for chicken noodle soup. Weird. If you give him a bowl of soup, he will no longer be invincible. But he'll still be difficult to beat since he is a level 11 fighter. Thanks for the tip. And when we hold left to leave, this cloaked figure revealed themselves to be Hydra. Ha! Go ahead and beat the Iceman, fool. With him gone, Vampra will be under my control. And then in the awkward situation, the awkward anime trope of the villain talking to themselves, or at least a antagonist talking to themselves, and then the hero showing up and just asking them a rather random question, oblivious to the fact that they are an antagonist. Hey, I didn't catch your name. Oh, it's not important. Hurry, defeat the freezer. Well, thank you anyway, friend. Goodbye. And then we just leave automatically. So, after that interesting little anime trope, we are now fighting a bunch of apes again. I'm trying not to get frozen to death. And I should mention that when you have these small tomatoes up as your life bar, half a tomato is 2 HP, and a whole tomato is 4 HP. So if you get a small tomato, you fill up half a tomato. You fill up half a small tomato. If you get a big tomato off an enemy, you fill up a whole tomato. A whole small tomato. Took me a while to confirm that, but I was finally able to. And now that we've left the cave, there's the castle. But we need to get through the cave first. And we have new enemies here, snowmen. These guys just float and fly around. And they also attack in droves too, so you do want to be careful. Also, once you enter this little ice palace, there are ice physics. It takes a little while to turn, and you slide around a little bit. You slide around a lot if you use your hat attack, so you really got to be knowing where you're going whenever you're doing anything in here. Now, who is this in my ice palace? I'm Spike McFang, Prince of Batland. Well, I'm the Freezer, Von Hessler's most powerful warrior. He gave me this palace so that I could rule over the land of Vampra. You must be a good fighter to get all this way. Yes, I am. Then challenge me. I've never lost a fight. You will now. And we face the Freezer. This guy has quite a few attacks. He does move around. He does shoot icicles at you. He does shoot icicle missiles at you, like so. You want to avoid those. Just stay on the move. And he can also shoot lasers at you that will follow you around a couple times before eventually just going away altogether. And there's the chest laser, but they're the laser that I was talking about right there. They do move around a little bit. Thankfully, they only do like a little bit of damage. And you have to do a lot of hits to get this guy to get out of your way. And the whole time you are fighting him, nothing you do will damage him. You're no match for me. If you ever feel like learning another lesson, you can find me on the other side of the palace. And with that, the Freezer flies away. The Freezer is tough. I wonder if chicken noodle soup really does make him weaker. There are two places to go. There is a hallway to the south and a hallway to the west. South leads to a dead end, so we're going to go this way. And once we go over here, we will have to deal with a bunch of snowmen again. I usually jump and spin attack here. It's doing me a lot of good, apparently. I don't even know why I'm grabbing money except to kill time, because I'm not going to need much of it anymore. Also, there's a new enemy here, the time bombs. The time bombs will start flashing and try to run into you and explode if given the chance. Don't let that happen, obviously. And this is south of where we fought the freezer, by the way. Up there is the dead end that I was talking about. At that dead end, there are falling icicles. If you even run into them after they've hit the ground, you'll be frozen for a couple of seconds. And we have another enemy that I really want to fight and get a whole bunch of experience off of. The Ice Queen. There's a few of them in this room. They are pretty difficult to take on. You definitely want to take them down from far away. And yeah, why? There's another Ice Queen here, and it's one of those that teleports in, shoots an ice crystal, and teleports out. The three that were here, the Aretha 3 that I defeated, now it's 3. They stay there forever, and they only throw ice projectiles at you when you get close enough to them. Okay, so 16,771. I am going back and forth between screens because I want to fight these things for experience. You get 130 experience off of these things. That's interesting. So if I knew what I was doing, I could definitely get a load of experience off of them. Of course, it would take a while. But they are definitely one of the best enemies at this part of the game to get experience off of. They're level 7, and they have 7 whole cloves worth of HP. But despite them being pretty tough to take out, they are good sources of experience, as long as they don't freeze you to death or something. And I would like to continue on with the Ice Palace, but I want to get experience off of these things, because this is a really good place to farm for experience. You can get a few hundred experience every time you're in here, which is really nice. It is definitely something that I would like. And it appears that the Ice Queens throw the ice crystals at your current position, not just in one of the 8 compass directions. It does track your current position, that ice crystal does. So, in case you decide to use your spin attack and your hat, you do want to be careful, because that freeze attack will be a bit of a pain to deal with. And I know I'm not going to destroy that thing, so we can put any notions of trying to do that to rest. And as you can see, I'm almost at 18,000 experience points already, within a couple of minutes, which is something that I like. It'd be even better if the companion enemy, or the companion characters, I don't know why are the companions enemies. It'd be better if the companion characters would do a little bit better at striking the enemies for you. I mean, when they do strike, they do an okay job of it, but at the same time, I wish they did a little bit more than just follow you around and do some idle animation. There is the companion card, but it's so easy to get super powered to the point where you don't need to use the cards. Or any of the magic in the game, rather. As... I'm about to say, where's my hat? As I was saying, it's pretty easy to get through the game without using the companion cards or any of the magic in the game, for that matter. Simply because you can do so much damage on your own, especially when you upgrade your hat. I like the fact that the lightning hat does hang around enemies. It does make things a little more convenient sometimes, and it also gives you a little more damage against the Ice Queens here, especially when you want to fight them from far away. I mean, all that damage just off one hat throw. Now, if I were a little more powered up, I'd probably be able to do more with my spin attack, but oh well. It'll happen eventually. It will happen eventually. And I might as well spend the next few minutes fighting off these Ice Queens just to give myself less experience to have the farm off these enemies when it comes time to leveling up off screen. I cannot wait to level up even further, because it will make everything here less of a pain. And it's just, I know it's a grind taking out these enemies, trying to take out these enemies at the very least. But it really helps with beating the game. I don't even know where Camellia went. At this point, I'm not even bothered to look for her. All I have to do is just go from screen to screen, just respawn all the enemies, and she'll come back. And look at that. Just look at all that damage that comes out of the lightning hat. Really useful. Matter of fact, I could just defeat all three of these Ice Queens with the lightning hat alone, just because of how it hangs around enemies. I mean, you get a lot of damage out of the lightning hat, and I know I'm just turning into a broken record at this point, but this does make it easier to defeat enemies, and I like that. Don't have much left to do for the rest of this video. I'm getting close to the 20-minute limit that I put on myself for virtually every video. So I might as well go ahead and kill off a few more... Really? Kill off a few more Ice Queens before I call it a video here. How am I doing? 20,000. Almost at 21,000. Really useful. Really good. I may be spending a considerable amount of time getting experience points off these enemies, especially when they don't teleport in and out of the room and these things just kind of stay put. Can I attack? I guess I can. I can. And we're almost at 22,000 now. So, I've hit 20 minutes. I might as well go ahead and call it a video here. I'm going to level up to the maximum level of 16. And then I'll see you at the next video once that happens. I will not advance the plot until I reach the maximum level. So, you're still going to have the rest of this Ice Palace and the rest of the story to look forward to. So join me next time where we come back at level 16, which is the highest level in the game. And we should be ready to take on just about anything that comes our way. Until then, this is PrinceWatercress. Take care, stay safe, and thanks for watching!